I sure have found a lot of interesting, unique tools on Amazon Japan, such as this Japanese Vessel brand 5700BD battery wrench, specifically made for removing filler caps and 10 millimeter battery terminal nuts and bolts. It's made in Japan. It's in their crystalline line, which is referring to the type of handle that it has. And let's take a look. So this is my Honda generator, and it just so happens that this wrench fits the access panel screw perfectly. So that was a nice bonus. I kind of had the generator in mind, and in fact it was the only thing I could think of that I even had a purpose for this tool. Turns out that it actually also fits my Toyota. All three bolts used to remove the Toyota battery. And so think about permanent storage. Putting it in a motorcycle or a car glove compartment, if you got a Toyota, Honda, or whatever, you may have all 10 millimeter bolts holding the battery in. You may be able to throw this wrench in a glove compartment and you have it in an emergency. Okay, why not use a socket? Yep, the socket works better, but you're probably not going to put a socket, handle, and wrench in a permanent storage situation. People do, but to conserve weight on a motorcycle or something, you might not want a whole kit. And sometimes you run into some clearance issues with the socket. And granted, in this case, that terminal isn't really bolted onto the battery correctly, but there's a clearance issue, which is why it's sticking up like that, and which has that tab sticking up. And then, you could just bend the terminal out of the way a little bit, but the socket works fine. And the wrench in this tight clearance situation works. It gets the job done. I'm thinking, okay, what about an emergency, or, I don't want to drag a whole bunch of tools with me out to wherever my generator is. I just want to grab one tool and be able to, get the battery in and out. This generator battery is the battery I replace probably the most, because the generator sits and once a year that generator ends up getting used. But it does work. The wrench works even in a tight situation like this. So let's take it out, take a look at the Toyota. You'll see that there's actually one situation where the socket doesn't work. Socket works on the negative, socket works on the positive, but on a hold down bolt it doesn't work. I'd have to have a deep well. The wrench works fine. The wrench gets in there and it gets on each terminal just fine. All the clearances are good, so it seems to be a good application. So now you know it exists, an interesting, unique tool. Thanks for watching.